What's up, my crypto legends? This is the Bitcoin price on the daily, and we can clearly see that Q1, Q2 of 2021, we were creating high highs and the RSI was making lower highs. There's a bearish divergence finally playing out here, as you can see. Now, we are forming a similar scenario right over here. We're making high highs on the price action and low highs on the RSI. Does this mean that we're going to have a severe correction, or are we going to manage to break here the $51,000? You know the deal. If we do break out the Fibonacci retracement here from the top all-time high to the $30,000, the golden pocket is around about the $51,000. If we break this range, it is very, very likely we're going to come and meet all-time highs. I'm going to explain why in this episode. There is a similar scenario here for Ethereum, hitting the golden pocket from all-time high to the lows here of $1,700. If we break the golden pocket, it is likely that we will have that leg up to meet all-time high, and I'll show you why in this episode. We're going to zoom in on the Bitcoin price on the 4 hourly, on the 1 hourly, also on Ethereum, to see what could happen in the next coming hours and days. I know it is a very, very difficult for trading right now. We are a little bit overextended. We do not know if we're going to have that major drop. We need to break some certain levels that I'm going to show in this episode. And remember, if you are experienced in trading, check out the bonus of Phemex, $2,000. But if you use my link in the description, you get $2,500 depending on what you deposit, guys. There's only 7 days left for this bonus, as you can see here, so make sure to take advantage of this incredible bonus. Said this, let's dive in straight into the video. Hello there, Andy here. Welcome back to another episode of Bitcoinsensus. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Daily TA on Bitcoin, Ethereum, other cryptocurrencies. I also do live streams to connect with the community, but I'm not a financial advisor, so don't buy or sell anything that I say. If you do so, do your own research. Let's zoom in here on the price of BTC on the daily, guys, because the RSI is still making lower highs, as you can see on the daily, and the price action high highs. This is bearish divergence. This means that the bulls are losing a little bit of steam. The last time we saw this was in Q1 and Q2 of 2021. The price action making higher highs, RSI making lower highs. As you can see, we finally had that major drop. Okay, so is this going to happen now for Bitcoin in the next coming weeks? Well, I'm going to explain to you that if we do manage to break the highs here just below $51,000, let me just get the Fibonacci extension from the Fibonacci retracement, sorry, from this all-time high to the lows here of $30,000. We just about barely touched the 62% levels. Now, this is where we usually get a rejection and the price continues to the downside. But if we do manage to break this range of $51,000 with nice volume, it is very, very likely that we are going to meet all-time highs. Usually when we break 62% levels, we might have a V-shaped recovery. This is one of the last points where the bears need to fight to bring the price down, because if the bulls break 62% levels, then the bears will be losing a little bit of steam to fight here to get that rejection. Now, let me just show you, zooming out here on the weekly chart here for BTC. Okay, and let me just explain to you here how the bulls in this case defended very, very well the Fibonacci retracement, okay, from the low of the C19 crash of 2020. This was March of 2020. Okay, so this would be a good point to get the Fibonacci retracement from this extreme low, because all of this is a pump, right? So if we take all of this as a pump to the all-time high, we can clearly see that we just about almost touched the 62% levels right over here. The bulls defended very, very well this zone here, and now we are continuing to the upside. What does this mean? If we do get a bounce from this level, from this massive pump, it is most likely that we will be retesting the highs here. This is what the markets do, okay? They have a pump, they have a retracement to the 62% levels or 50%, then have a bounce, and after that bounce, they come back up and retest the highs. Now, this is potentially the case for BTC. So if we do break that 51% level, the $52,000, sorry, 62% golden pocket from the swing high here, the all-time high to the $30,000, then it is likely that we will have that next leg up to meet all-time highs just below 65K. And potentially breaking that zone also. But we need to see what is going to happen in the next coming weeks. Now let's take a look at Ethereum, because there is a very similar scenario for Ethereum, okay? Just take a look at the Fibonacci retracement here. I'm just going to take it again. This is the Ethereum price on the weekly chart, okay? And the all-time highs was just around about the $4,350 range. Now let's take the Fibonacci retracement from the all-time high all the way to the low here around about the $1,700. And you can clearly see here on the price of Ethereum. We are just getting three weekly candle closes, below the 62% golden pocket from the all-time high to the 1,700 low here. Now, what does this mean? This means that if we do break the $3,400, which is the golden pocket, it is going to be very, very likely that we'll be having finally that V-shaped recovery. And let me explain why if we go and zoom out here on the Ethereum price, because the swing low here of the low of C19 of 2020, this was the current retracement and a massive pump all the way to the all-time high. You can clearly see here on the chart that we did get also that bounce at the 62% levels. This being a massive pump all the way down here was the 62% retracement. We touched it 3 times and did get that massive bounce. Like I explained before, the markets like to have a massive pump and a retracement to round about the 62% levels and then come back up and retest the highs. Now, this is the scenario that we can look for in the next coming weeks, but this doesn't mean that we are going to go all the way up here. We could have that major retracement and bounce at some different support levels and then finally break the 62% golden pocket from the dip here and then finally coming to meet the all-time high. So I think this is a most likely scenario because if you look at the macro perspective, the trend is up. This has only been a correction, so now we are speculating from this correction that we are going to get a bounce from the 62% level. But if you zoom out, we actually already had that bounce here to the 62% levels, and now the most likely scenario would be coming back and retesting the highs here. Just to zoom out, guys, look at the macro perspective and not zooming in just at the 4 hourly and 1 hourly. So now let's take a look at the 4 and 1 hourly chart here. 1 hourly chart here for BTC. Yesterday we were talking about this potential scenario, cup and handle if we break this. Okay, a lot of people might have got stopped out from this point because we were talking about this major breakout. I did not trade this. I am just staying away at this moment from Bitcoin and Ethereum, also especially them too, because the market is overextended, guys. We do not know exactly if we are going to have that major run up or we're going to drop. We need a clear direction to take advantage of the market. As you can see, we are a little bit overextended. There's not too much steam to the upside and we are going sideways, so the direction is very, very hard at this moment. So zooming in here on the price of BTC, like I mentioned before, we did break out from this channel to the upside, but we did not break it here. We did have a fake out attempt right over there. We dropped back below from this major support level, okay, from this huge channel that we have been talking about for the last couple of weeks here for BTC. Now, it is we do not know exactly which direction. There is hardly any volume. It is the weekend, so it is very, very hard at this moment to know where the price can literally go in the immediate short term. Now, there is another scenario here that I've been taking a look at here from other analysts. Okay, and we also mentioned this on the Bitcoinsensus website, okay, from one of our analysts here from the team, and it's this descending broadening wedge. Now, this scenario is also very, very possible if we get these lows here and extend the trend line, as you can see from these lower lows. We've been touching it here several times, and also the resistance several times here. Now, we did get a clear bounce. Now, the measured move from a broadening wedge, descending broadening wedge, is the width, okay, from the wedge of from the support line from the last touch to the resistance. Now, this would be the conservative target, so we might be coming all the way up here to retest this zone. But yeah, I would be waiting till Monday now. We are seeing the price going sideways. There's not too much volume indicating which direction we are going to get. So, I mean, I would be waiting for tomorrow for the markets to open. But as you can clearly see here, we did get a bounce exactly on the resistance. Now, are we going to have enough steam to climb all the way back up, potentially to the target of this descending broadening wedge target? Well, this is something that we need to take a look here in the next coming hours, potentially tomorrow when the markets are open. I'm a little bit on standby, guys. There's no targets, no measured moves, no patterns, clear patterns here. The market is a little bit overextended. We are going sideways. We need to see some nice volume, clear breakouts. So make sure to stay tuned for tomorrow's update and also potential live stream. Let's take a look at Ethereum here, because Ethereum, we did talk about this descending wedge. So we know the deal. The target is of a descending wedge all the way up here to the top of the wedge. In this case, it is around about the $3,350 range. But we did see a clear drop from this moment here. Yesterday we did we did have a descending broadening wedge right over here, or descending channel, and this might have met the target. This was potentially a quick scalp. We did have a retracement, very hard for trading at this moment, but the measured move is getting the width here of this descending broadening wedge here from the last bit, and from the breakout, which was right over there, we came all the way back here, almost came back in, had a severe bounce, and then came all the way up here to meet this target. I did not trade this, very choppy price action, very difficult to trade at this moment. But yeah, zooming out here on the price of Ethereum, it is pretty clear that we did form this descending wedge. Now, are we going to come all the way back down here, potentially retesting the 3,100 or 3,050, which would be maybe the resistance here, turning into support of this descending wedge? This is also very, very likely, guys. So anyway, stay cautious. I am staying a little bit cautious here from trading at this moment. The market is getting a little bit exhausted. The bulls are losing a little bit of steam. We need to see some clear breakouts with some nice volume in trying to take advantage of that situation. So Ethereum, until we do not break the $3,400 range, which would be round about this area, I am not going to place any type of trades. And unless we break the $2,900 here with some very, very strong volume to the downside, I'm not looking to have any short positions. And this could clearly be a fake out. Remember, if we zoom out here on the 4 hourly, this is a major zone. I wouldn't trust to short here if we do break from this major support level, because this could easily be a fake out. So stay very, very cautious. It is very, very difficult to short or long at this moment, because if we do have that correction, I think this more than a shorting opportunity is going to be a buying opportunity, because this cluster of zone is going to hold very, very nicely as support. There might be a lot of volatility in between 2,900 and 800 if we do come all the way down here, guys. This is going to be it for today's update, guys. We do not have any clear direction, so let's wait till tomorrow to see where can we take advantage of this crazy market, guys. And if you haven't checked out the Bitcoinsensus website, latest technical analysis like I showed you here from today's episode, we've got latest news also and exchange reviews where you can find the best exchanges, the best bonus, and the best fee discounts. If you haven't seen my Phemex BT or my Bybit tutorial to learn how to trade on those platforms, video on the screen, thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.